Good morning to all. Myself Dr. Surendra Oja. I am Associate Professor in the Department of Mahatma Gandhi Physiotherapy College. Today we are going to discuss about the posture assessment. So first of all we have to know about the how can we assess the posture. So skilled observation analysis of the posture involves identification of the location of the body segment relative to the line of gravity. Body segment either side of the line of gravity should be symmetrical. A plumb line is used to represent the line of gravity. Line of gravity is an imaginary line that represents the line of gravity. Posture analysis may be performed using radiograph, photograph, EMG, electrogoniometry, force plate, 3D dimensional computerized analysis. There are a variety of methods we can use to analyze our posture and its dysfunction. So first of all we have to look out the lateral view. So lateral view, optimal alignment in sagittal plane, line in case of ankle, anterior to the joint axis, gravitational moment, dorsiflexion, passive opposition forces and active opposing forces. Ankle, line of gravity just passes through anterior to the ankle joint. Ankle stability at erect stance, lateral view. You can see the lateral view of ankle. This is line of gravity passes just anterior to the ankle, and the muscle balanced of this posture is through the soleus of the ankle joint. Lateral view at the knee joint, optimum alignment in the sagittal plane. Line of gravity passes just anterior to the joint axis. Gravitational moment is extension, and passive opposing force is posterior joint capsule. And you can see the knee joint just like anterior to the line of gravity passes just anterior to the knee joint. Okay, lateral view of the hip joint. Line of gravity passes to the posterior to the joint axis. Gravitational moment is extension, and main muscle passive opposition force is maintained by the iliofemoral, ischiofemoral, pubofemoral and ligament. So active opposition force through the iliopsoas. Okay, lateral view of the lumbosacral joint. So line of gravity passes through the body of the L5 and close to the axis of rotation of the lumbosacral joint. Gravitational force, gravitational movement occur very slight in extension movement, and passive opposition force maintained by the anterior longitudinal ligament. So you can see the sacroiliac joint, line of gravity anterior to the joint axis, gravitational moment, flexion type of moment, and passive opposition force is maintained by the sacrotuberous, sacrospinous, sacroiliac or ligamentous. Lateral view of the vertebral column at lumbar. LOG, line of gravity passes just posterior to the lumbar vertebra. Gravitational moment occur at the extension. Passive opposition force is anterior longitudinal ligament, and active opposition forces. Okay, vertebral column. In case of lateral view of the thoracic vertebra, line of gravity passes anterior. Gravitational moment occur in flexion. Passive opposition force is maintained by the posterior longitudinal ligament, ligamentum flavum, supraspinatus ligament, and active opposition force is maintained by the extensors. Okay, lateral view of the cervical vertebra. Line of gravity passes just posterior to the cervical vertebra. Gravitational moment occur as an extension. Passive opposition force is maintained by the anterior longitudinal ligament. Okay, lateral view of the atlanto-occipital joint. So line of gravity just passes just anterior to the transverse axis for flexion and extension. Gravitational moment occur as a flexion. Passive opposition forces ligamentum nuclei, tectorial membrane, or active opposition forces maintained by the posterior neck muscle. So you can see the lateral view deviation from the optimum alignment. So foot and toe, you can see in case of abnormal gait, abnormal lateral view, you can find the claw toe, hammer toe. In case of foot and toe deformity, in case of knee deformity, you can find the flexed knee posture. This just in case of fixed flexion deformity or knee recurvatum, excessive extension of the knee joint. Pelvis, excessive anterior pelvic tilt. Vertebral column, lordosis and kyphosis you can see in case of lateral view. In case of head deformity, you can see the forward head posture, your poking chin posture. So what is claw head? Claw head is deformity of toe, hyperextension of metatarsal phalangeal joint, flexion of the PIP joint and DIP joint, callous dorsal aspect of the flexed phalanges and affected all toes, just especially second toe, fifth toe. You can see the picture of extension of metatarsophalangeal joint and flexion of PIP and DIP joint. So just you can see the claw head. Hammer toe, deformity of hyperextension of metatarsophalangeal and distal interphalangeal joint, flexion of PIP joint, callus on the superior surface of the PIP joint. So you can see the hyperextension of the metatarsophalangeal joint and DIP joint. Fixed knee posture. Fixed flexed knee standing posture is line of gravity posture to the joint axis, flexion moment, activity of quadriceps to maintain erect position, 22% of quadricep force and 15% of knee flexion, and 51% of quadricep force at 30 degree of knee flexion. So excessive compression stress on tibio-femoral and patellofemoral joints. So fixed knee posture, you can see the knee flexed in upright stance, hip flexed flexion and ankle dorsiflexion, line of gravity anterior to the hip joint axis and more anterior to the ankle knee joint axis, flexion moment at the hip and more dorsiflexion moment at the ankle, hip extensors muscle activity on increase soleus muscle activities, more compressive stress on the joint and more energy expenditure. You can see the genu recurvatum, hyper extension of the knee joint. Genu recurvatum, line of gravity is very anterior to the knee joint axis, increase in the extensor moment, considerable tension, stress in posterior joint capsule, adaptive lengthening, abnormal compression on anterior joint surface on the femoral condyle and anterior portion of the tibial plateau, degenerative changes in joint surface. So excessive anterior pelvic tilt, you can see deviation, excessive anterior pelvic tilt, compression, posterior vertebral bodies, interdiscal pressure L5S1 increase, distraction is lumbosacral angle increase, shearing force of L5S1 is distract, and likelihood of forward slipping of L5 on S1 is increased. Stretching of abdominal and shortening of iliopsoas. So excessive anterior pelvic tilt, you can see the excessive anterior pelvic tilt, your abdomen is weak and your gluteus is weak. In case of your extensors is tight and hip flexors is tight. So excessive anterior pelvic tilt lead to lower lumbar vertebrae are forced anteriorly, upper lumbar vertebra move posteriorly to keep head over the sacrum, increase in lumbar lordosis, LOG is at the greater distance from the lumbar joint axis, extension moment increase, posterior convexity of thoracic curve and anterior convexity of the cervical curve is increased. Lordosis, you can see the lordosis, it refers to the abnormal increase in the lumbar and normal anterior convexities of either the cervical or lumbar region of the vertebral column. So lordosis, deviation, excessive lumbar lordosis, compression of posterior vertebral bodies and facet joint, interdiscal pressure increase, intravertebral phenomena is narrowing, and distraction occur at the anterior annulus fibrosis, stretching of the muscles at the anterior longitudinal ligament and shortening of the specially posterior longitudinal ligament, intraspinous ligament, ligament of lumbar extensors. So you can see the picture of lumbar lordosis, excessive increase of excessive lumbar lordotic curvature. So lordotic curvature at spine level, you can see the same picture just like the lumbar lordosis. Excessive cervical lordosis increase to compression of posterior vertebral bodies and facet joint, interdiscal pressure is increased, vertebral foramina is narrowing, and distraction occur at the anterior annulus fibrosus, and stretching of anterior longitudinal ligament, shortening of posterior ligament and neck extensors. So lordosis of cervical side, this is a typical picture of X-ray of cervical area. Kyphosis refers to the abnormal increase in the normal posterior convexity of the thoracic vertebral column. Okay, thank you.